Hey, Pisces, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your September 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Pisces, I am getting something here around an important meeting, an important conversation. Perhaps this has to do with negotiations. Someone could be negotiating over maybe even a dinner. This could be a conversation had. I'm getting a sit down conversation is had between you and maybe people that you work with. There could be strategic alliances coming in, and I feel like you're thinking strategically with the Knight of Swords. So you want to sit down with someone and say, how can we move forward? How can I be a part of this team? Or what can you bring to the team? I feel like there is talk about how to move forward. So this could even be, if you're an entrepreneur, you may be sitting down with, maybe some professionals. Maybe this is an accountant, or it could be a business advisor, a business coach. I feel like there's more than one person here involved, and you may have been up in your head about a situation. I see that here with the Eight of Swords. I see Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There needs to be some sort of fulfillment, because there's been either empty promises, someone hasn't kept their word, there hasn't been a lot of production, maybe time has been wasted. I'm just getting a shift needed here. Slow and steady wins the race. And as I say that, you actually have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is the communication that we're talking about here. Communication. Nine of Wands, it's in reverse. Someone's getting tired, possibly tired of doing all the work themselves, or feeling like they're not being heard in some way. Someone is ready to give up, okay, is what I feel. And maybe this conversation, yeah, look at that. It has to do with strength. It has to do with courage, or this conversation may take courage. It may take strength. This could even be you connecting with your higher self and saying, okay, I have what it takes to move in a new direction. I have what it takes to not give up on my dreams, because someone may be wanting to give up on a dream is what I'm picking up on here. But Spirit's saying, oh no, this is time for you to step into your purpose. The Emperor here. Oh, right behind it. I didn't even see that. Look at, you have the Death that snuck out. It's almost as if there's been resistance. There's been resistance in moving forward. And I feel like this resistance, it could be someone else holding you back, or it could be that you feel like you don't have the support to move forward, because your first card out is leadership, Pisces. So you're a strong leader. I get that here. You're a very strong leader. You have a lot of skill. You're ready to move forward here, and you're ready to do what it takes to bring about some changes. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool card, and we're going to take a look at your outcome and your hopes and fears kind of come out together. So we'll look at that. But your first card is leadership. You are stepping into a role as a leader. You're ready. Okay. And that may be part of this conversation. Like, how do we move forward? Maybe this is a role that requires you to delegate more. So it actually brings about less work for you by being in a higher role. Okay, for others of you, this is about working smarter, not harder. And I feel like you've put in the hard work. You've put in the time to be, I see that with the Nine of Wands. And now it's like, okay, I didn't come all this way just to get this far. Like I'm crashing through something here, and it's got to be good. I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. I also see for some of you that mentality could be perfectionism. And I say that because you do have the perfectionist card here. It says, give up your perfectionism. It's causing delays in your finances. Okay. You'll never get ahead if you don't overcome the fear of failure. And maybe that's part of this sit down. Maybe that's part of, the empty promises. It almost feels like someone could be either self-sabotaging here, or it feels like there's someone around you that could be a perfectionist and they keep delaying what they know to be true. And what they know to be true, Pisces, is that you're a leader. You are capable, very, very capable of leading the way, or being that way shower, or being the trendsetter, or, having people look up to you in some way, shape, or form. For those of you entrepreneurs out there, you may be fearful of stepping into more of a pronounced role or taking things to the next level because of maybe fear of failure. What if I get to the top and I can't keep up? Or what if I'm not good enough? What if they don't like me? What if I'm a fake or an imposter, right? Imposter syndrome. It says you are enough. You have what it takes to improve your finances. Remember, this is subconscious. So you may be feeling good with finances, but underneath it all, I feel like there's a sense of perfectionism that you perhaps have been working on for quite some time. And you may, in fact, be turning that perfectionism into wisdom. And that may be the very block that is being removed that allows you to move forward. And that's your outcome energy. You actually have a couple cards in your outcome, but we see the Six of Swords, which is about moving out of choppy waters or mental blocks, which I see that some of you Pisces have been up in your head telling yourself some sort of lie or story that's it's not true. It's false evidence appearing real. But I see you pushing through limitations and beliefs that no longer serve you. Now, leadership here, you're definitely stepping into, I feel, I feel a very abundant time of your life. You have the Nine of Cups here, Pisces. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. It's emotional and intuitive satisfaction. It's you trusting your intuition. It is keeping promises to yourself. Now, it is showing up as crossing your path. So it's going to require your participation, or participation is required on your end to fulfill some sort of promise. And that may be you speaking up. It may be you having the courage to move in a new direction. This may have even happened. Now, when this reading comes out, we'll still be in Leo season as I put these out a little bit early. But if you're watching this in Virgo season or anytime after Leo, you may want to look back and see what had transpired for you during Leo season, because that 8-8 portal may have given you that extra boost, that extra burst of, determination, and may have even brought up some of those weaknesses for you to look at and perceive in a different way, or to be able to work with some of those to bring them to be potentially your greatest strengths. You have writer showing up here. Words are magic. Use them to manifest more abundance. Some of you are writing down affirmations. You could be journaling. Perhaps you're writing a blog. You could be writing a book. I'm also getting writing down your intentions. If some of you did some sort of intention setting earlier on in the year, maybe around that 8-8 portal, or perhaps you wrote something on paper, Spirit is saying go back to that, because that's what's transforming. And if you didn't write anything down on paper, maybe you kept a mental list, because I see mental energy here. But I feel like something that's been written down, or it's like it's been in writing, something's in writing here. It could even be contracts. It's coming to fruition, and it's actually going to bring about some positive changes, but slow and steady wins the race here. Okay. Your words have power to influence and share your gift with the world. Some of you are speakers. Some of you may even be discovering some of your own spiritual gifts through writing of some sort, or through, automatic writing. I'm also getting here like ghostwriter. Oh, some of you could be a ghostwriter. Maybe you're creating an ebook, or you've read a book. There's something about a book. Okay, we're going to do this again. There's another sign. I forget which sign it was. And maybe it was maybe Libra or Virgo, going to a book near you and opening to a page. And the page that I'm getting is 37. 37 could be a significant number. Maybe that's your age. But 37, if you have a book near you, Pisces, I want you to open up the book to page 37 and either read the page, read a paragraph. You're going to be highlighted to a word or a number. I want you to drop it in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear what that is because there's a message for you there on page 37. Okay, so take it as it resonates. And as I said that, I seen 07. So 7 and 3 equal 10. So I feel like there is this energy here of new beginning, right? It's the energy of the magician. So manifestation here, Virgo energy as well. So we have easy does it, slow and steady wins the race. It's not a great time to rush. Just be mindful of rushing into things because we do have the Knight of Swords here. So if there are maybe contracts and people say we need it signed now, that could be a red flag. Or if there's a situation, maybe you are like, I'm out. Think about it first, okay? Don't rush into anything is kind of what I'm getting with the Knight of Swords. Think logically. If there is, and that may be why I'm getting an important meeting or some sort of communication needing to happen here, maybe speaking to a financial advisor or writing things down, maybe looking at your finances before you take the next leap. Okay, so easy does it here. Careful not to get involved with any get rich quick schemes or try not to rush into anything quite quickly. Pay attention to the details is what I'm getting. And it makes sense with the Knight of Swords here. All right, what else do we have? We have planner. Yeah, some of you are planning for your future, planning your next moves. It says take financial inventory and see what needs changing. This is at the bottom of the deck, so this is stuff that's coming to the surface for you. It could even be subconscious energy coming up in your conscious awareness to be looked at. Event planning, project management, or professional organizing could be a career that you are embarking upon or you're in. It's crucial that you make a plan to make sure each day counts. I'm also getting time management. And some of you may be wasting time on, perfectionism. Let's say you're a writer, right? And perhaps every time you go back and reread it, you change something. And I feel like by the end of it, the story has completely changed from the original piece that you really wanted to put out there. So just be mindful because I feel like you have a lot of wisdom to share. There's something about sharing your story or helping people in some way, but try not to let, the pieces needing to be perfect or having such high expectations that you set yourself up for failure, right? And there is that fear of failure, but in reality, it's like this perfectionism is what is causing it. That's that courage. That's that lion energy of the strength in reverse, self-sabotage. So that could be being shown to you in your conscious awareness, like, wow, I didn't realize that I was a part of this, okay? Now you also have angelic help. This is the time to trust in the universe and know that you will be provided for. There is a career or blessing lining up for you, so stay positive and believe. Pay attention to the signs your angels send you during this time. I love this. This is something you may not see coming. It's at the bottom of the deck here. So beautiful energy. Now, starting off with the tarot, Pisces, we have the Knight of Swords. You want to rush into something, or you may have an idea. You're like, yes, I want to go with this. But if you want to go with it, we can't rush from A to Z without filling in the rest of the pieces here. Like it says, there's no get rich quick, or there's not going to be, instant results here. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity coming in for you, but consistency is important. Showing up each and every day or continuing to fill some sort of promise or requirement or just to show up is what I'm getting here. 9 of Cups. This could be a dream. This could be a wish fulfillment. It's really beautiful energy of, feeling content, feeling emotionally fulfilled and satisfied, right? It's checking off the box of being of service in some way, service to your own soul, service to others, service to humanity. Now, 9 of Cups is freedom as well. You can see that she feels free, but I feel like for some of you, there is a lack of belief. Excuse me. There's a lack of belief because Maybe things have been slow for you, or because there's been unfulfilled promises in the past or empty promises. Spirit is saying now's the time to really step into your power. And that's what we literally see with the leadership. You're stepping into a role as a leader. You're ready. And it requires your strength, and it requires you to stay determined and really be courageous as you step into this new energy, whatever it may be for you. Now, bottom here in your foundation, sometimes your mind talks you out of things. Sometimes you tell yourself, nah, that's not going to work. No, I can't trust that, right? And I feel like your intuition and your thoughts and your conditioning and your beliefs all get mumbled and jumbled together, where you can't even hear your true intuition, right? Because I feel like the mind starts to feel a little bit overwhelmed, but you're working on that, or Spirit wants you to work on that, whether it's meditation, it could be channeling that energy by writing, by getting it out onto paper, by talking to someone, talk therapy, coaching, mentoring. It could even be mirror work, affirmations. I'm getting therapy. Some of you may be therapists, coaches, counselors yourself. You may have gone through, I'm getting like psychological, something with psychology. Okay, maybe there's been like psychological assessments of some sort. Yeah, some of you needed to sort out the mental muckery is what I call it with the Eight of Swords. And I feel like you've been doing a good job, or you're working on it. And that's why we have a new opportunity coming in here, or some sort of communication or news. The Page of Pentacles is showing up in the recent past saying that you're manifesting a new financial or physical opportunity. And it's because you have been getting out of your own way, or you've been addressing things within yourself, limiting beliefs within yourself, because the swords is the realm of intellect. It's thoughts. Our thoughts can destroy and they can build, right? The power of the mind can build or destroy. And I feel because there's been, empty promises, or it feels like your wishes are taking forever to manifest. Sometimes we talk ourselves out of it and we say, well, that's not really going to happen. But Spirit is saying you're actually closer than you think. Nine of Wands in reverse is saying, don't give up, Pisces. Don't give up on a dream. It's way closer than you think. In fact, you may have already started this manifestation process. For a lot of you, you have. Keep going. Nines are completions. Completions, bringing in a brand new beginning. We have the Strength card showing up in your near future position. This is inner strength. This is gentleness, compassion, but it's also self-discipline, right? It's getting and maintaining that discipline in the mind. So you may have to program your mind. You may have to start telling yourself a new story. And the way that we reprogram, just like our muscles, we practice each and every single day. You have to make the conscious choice to choose a new path and a new story for yourself, and to stay determined and not just do it one day out of the week, right? It's continuous effort, because it's through those small habits each day that get you the big results. And that's what I'm seeing here, is some sort of consistency. And maybe that has to do with this perfectionism. But I feel like you are definitely moving toward improvement of finances in a big way. Now, the star showing up is, again, another card of dreams. So we're seeing the wish fulfillment card showing up twice, but there's been a delay, or there has been dreams that feel like they've been stomped out. But the star is here, Aquarian energy, Pisces, that is promising new hope and inspiration. The star is here to guide you, right? It's like that North Star in the sky that is always going to lead you home. And even though at times, even in the darkest of dark nights, if you can't see the star, it doesn't mean that it's not there, right? Maybe the clouds are blocking it. And some of you had some clouds show up in your world and you couldn't quite see that star. And I feel like this is you getting back to that place where you feel inspired, you feel hopeful, you feel like you really can manifest these opportunities. And I see you doing so. Now, in your environment, you have the death card up. It snuck up, you guys. If you seen that when I pulled out the Emperor, it was right here and it was just one card. It even felt like one card, and then boom, right behind it, death in reverse. It's like, whoa, there's something that needs to come to an end, but there's a big resistance. Now, who is the Emperor? He's a leader. He is someone who is very strategic. He's analytical. He's well respected, well loved. A lot of people look up to him, or he has to work with a lot of people. He's gone through a lot. He's learned. He has wisdom to share. He is someone who is going to think strategically, of course, but I also feel like this has to do with leadership, structure, stability, and power. And it's time to not question your power. And I feel like that's what the death is saying here with this leadership card is, don't second guess yourself. If you're following the crowd in fear of putting yourself out there, it's time to not resist that, because there's something here with no more following. Your career will improve once you accept and step into your power. And for whatever reason, whether it's perfectionism, whether it is feeling like you don't have a plan, or you're not ready, or you're unprepared, or whatever it is, control. It could even be control with the Emperor. Maybe it's needing to question authority, or question a boss, or question how things are done. I almost get breaking against the system in some way, shape, or form, being able to step into your role by speaking up, not resisting something that you know is better for you. Okay, that's what's showing up. But that rebirth, I mean, the death card is rebirth. And it's saying, don't hold on to something that must change. Change is inevitable. And if we hang on, then we stifle our own growth, and it takes a little longer. And I feel like the time has come. Like it says all over in your reading, you're ready. You're ready. And you may be saying, Mel, I know I'm ready. I've been ready, but where are the opportunities? Where are they? I can't hang on anymore. Time's running out. So I am getting a little bit of that frustration coming through. But as far as your outcome goes, which actually you have 4 cards that came out as we were pulling for your hopes and fears and your outcome. So some of the hopes and fears are a big part of this outcome. And what I see here is 7 of Pentacles is showing up here. I feel like this is part of the hope and part of the fear. And the hope is that you're going to see a return on your investment. And I feel like you will, as long as you release something, let something go so you can step into this power. And maybe that's letting go of a belief that no longer serves you. Maybe it's letting go of that job. Maybe it's letting go of what everybody else thinks is best for you and you choosing what's best for you. But I feel like the fear is, what if I put all of my blood, sweat, tears, time, money, investments into this opportunity, into what I've been trying to grow and build, and I lose it all? So there is an underlying fear of loss. That's why we have the death card, because the death is loss. It's, endings. But as Einstein says, energy can neither be destroyed nor created. So even through some sort of loss that maybe you've endured in the past, I feel like there was an opportunity in that ending to really bring about some powerful growth, transformation, and change. Can you see the silver lining? Okay, so the hope is that you're going to see something grow. And even if something comes in and blows away all those leaves at the top, guess what's still there? The roots. And the roots are strong. So no matter the storm that shows up, and maybe it does blow a lot of those leaves away. Maybe this is your money tree, right? Something below the surface is strong, and it's strengthening even more with that lion energy of the strength. Now, Pisces, we also have here Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is a fear, okay? The fear is materialism, or not investing wisely, or not having enough to retire, or enough to support yourself in some way. This can even be investing in the wrong things with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, right? It can be overspending or getting into debt. It can be shopaholic, It can be, taking care of everyone else, right? Being that money pit for everyone else. But, it's like it's coming in just as quick as it's going out. And I feel like you are shifting the energy because your outcome, I feel, is the Six of Swords and the Two of Cups. Six of Swords requires you moving on. It's a spiritual quest to get out of some sort of struggle that you've been in. It's leaving the past behind. It is the journey towards something better and freeing yourself from this mental muckery, whatever the story was. And by doing so, you're actually coming into alignment with an energy, with a person, a partnership, an organization, clientele, the right target market, the right patients, whatever this is for you. The Two of Cups is coming together. But it does require that death energy and the Emperor to really embody you as a whole in order to move forward here. And there could be a change or a turnaround within the next 6 weeks. Let's get a timing card though. I want to get timing because I still feel with this death card, there's resistance showing up here. Spirit, can we get a timing card, please? Can we get a timing? So we do see something happening later than you think if you continue resisting. That's what I'm hearing. But if we choose to move on, right? If we choose to see, this is coming up, death. Like I said, it was right behind the Emperor. We couldn't see it. So you may not even be aware that there's some sort of block or resistance. But if we heed the message of this reading, that's what tarot does, right? It helps you move forward. At least we want it to. But if we heed the call, what do we see here for timing? Okay, could be there's something. Oh, look at, we have fall at the bottom of the deck. So we see something possibly beginning fall time here in the Northern Hemisphere. September 22nd is the first day of fall. So we see that something you start now, if you stay consistent with it, we have next year could really bring about some changes. Now, for some of you, there is a belief within you that says now is not the right time. Now is not the right time. Now, of course, trust your intuition, but I feel like everything here is pointing to stepping into your power. And maybe if someone is telling you it's not the right time, if they're saying, we would love to make you a boss or partner up, but we'll do it just when the time's right for us, I feel like you're going to move on. That's what this is saying. And if you stay in this energy, which you could, let's say you continue working for a company that keeps telling you that they're going to give you a raise in 30 days comes in, no raise, right? You don't even sit down with them, or they say, sorry, now's not the right time, or we can't do this now. If they keep prolonging, I feel like it's going to be later than you think before you get that opportunity, and you're going to move on. There's something about moving, literally, quite literally moving, but I also see that something you begin in fall time will actually come to a very large abundance by next year. Okay, beautiful. Let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. Now, Six of Swords showing up. This could be 6 weeks, which would land us into that fall time energy as well. So I feel like Spirit is saying, do this now, step into it. But we also have, not impulsively, it doesn't mean that you're going to quit your job tomorrow. That's not what I mean. I feel like there's a shift taking place where, yes, you're going to be planning, but it also requires you to stay consistent with the dream so you can plan for that moment to be able to retire or be able to leave that job and go off and pursue maybe entrepreneurship. Maybe now isn't the right time for you to do that, but I feel like it's the right time for you to start making choices that are going to lead you to that path, okay? Because I feel like there's been inconsistency here. Inconsistency is what I'm getting. Yeah, because bottom of the deck, you have the Fool. Remember, there's a leap of faith. This could even be Aquarian season, which could be next January, next February. Now, we have building blocks, card 28 showing up here. Now, building blocks is, like I said, with that Seven of Pentacles, you have acquired some sort of roots. You've really built something solid, but you may be at that peak where you're thinking, should I continue to invest? right? This is a strong foundation. It is a beautiful work in progress. It may be time for you to address some of the cracks in that foundation. That may be what you need to address now, because that could bring about physical results even within that next 6 months, right? Where if you look at this now, it's going to make big changes later. And I keep getting that message over and over for you. You have everything you need to turn iron into gold in the process of creating the prosperous life you desire. Now is the time to build on the strong foundation that you've already laid for your prosperity. Keep in mind that these building blocks are imbued with the sparkling energy of your intentions. Own your dream. We have dreams all over here with the star, the 9 of cups. It says here, and remember, you always have more than enough, and you always are enough. So abundance is ever present. Your creativity is divinely inspired, and the design for your life is taking shape in service to the world. You are meant for success. Now, I am going to read the protection message because some of you feel like you want to give up. Okay, with the 9 of Wands in reverse, it's like I want to give up on the stream, or is this ever going to happen, or I don't feel as inspired anymore. What do I need to do to keep that momentum going? Even if this is going to take a few more weeks, a few more months, a few more years, how can you stay in that mindset of, 2 of Cups, like it's coming, it is coming here. This is law of attraction. This can be a new important partnership coming in. This can be a new contract. This is a new union. But I do see here with the building block, the message is this. Now is the time to address the cracks in the foundation of your life. Perhaps your values have changed and it's time to strengthen, there's the strength card, strengthen your convictions and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps you chose to ignore the signs that a situation or agreement you have entered into is no longer right for you. Remove the rotten pieces, Pisces, and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. The strength is showing up with Leo. The integrity is within the Emperor here. So some of you are, stepping into leadership by doing that. It may not even be a leadership role such as a boss or a CEO. For some of you, it could be a management role or, a higher level of some sort. But for a lot of you, it does have to do with, rigorous honesty and your core morals and strength and integrity. That is true leadership right there. You will be so happy when you do. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life, far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. And that's beautiful advice, because we stay in an energy sometimes of, the cracks. And I feel like you're not wanting to settle. And if you have been fed empty promises, the promise is going to be later for you. Okay. It's either something that's not going to be fulfilled, but you're staying based on the premise of some sort of promise or reality that is diluted. It is false. Right. And I feel like your dream is going to happen later. If somebody is telling you, right, it's not the right time, or we can't do this, we can't offer this, I feel, trust your path. And if your integrity and your morals, and that, yes, they are true to their word, they will keep their word, then keep at it. But if you've had this runaround with the same person or the same company, then I feel like you are going to approach things from a new perspective, and there could be some shifts coming in for you it does feel a little bit slow, but I feel like it will be steady and it will bring in steady income as well. All right, Pisces, let's get a message here from your spirit animals. And at this time, I just ask, if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. And I want you to hold your breath as long as you can and release with a nice big sigh. So a nice big inhale, hold it, and exhale. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra. the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animals are wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that you currently have at your home or by your side as you're listening to the reading. Or perhaps an animal that's crossed your path recently in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Pisces. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your animals, whether you have 1 or 5, drop them in the comment section below the video, and I personally will enter you into that free reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the 1st of each month and post right back here on the channel. So please be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right. Wow. You have, so it's interesting because the animals that I was seeing for you, I don't see them out here, but some of you may have seen a koala bear and a deer. So for those of you that did see a koala bear or koala or a deer, drop it below because I feel like the message for you has to do with compassion and maybe gentleness and kindness, or showing yourself a little bit more love or a little bit more grace. Now the animals coming up for you, you have a bat. Card 5. 5 is the Hierophant. Hierophant is about morals, integrity, belief. It is, the spiritual teacher within us, or those that we seek for, for growth, whether it's institutions, it can be religion, it can be social norms, family dynamics, spiritual gurus. I feel like a rebirth is assured here, and that has to do with the death and rebirth. It says it right on there. So no matter what, you're going through this change, and you can either embrace it or you can resist it, but it's going to be a little more difficult if you resist it. But I feel like it is assured. Next, you have card 44. Some of you may be born on the 5th. You may be born on the 8th, or you may be 44, 57, 58, or 68. And you have the Panther that says, reclaim your power. That's a big message in your reading today, Pisces. Reclaiming your power, stepping into who you are and being in that position of strength, leadership, courage, determination. You've got this. You really do. You have everything you need to turn iron into gold. You have Wombat. Be at home. There is something here about you coming home to yourself. Remember what we said about the North Star, right? Coming home to yourself. And that true soul self is actually the Fool. And we see the Fool showing up at the bottom of the deck. So this is your soul self. Your inner truth is really shining at this time, and Wombat is reminding you of that. We have Stag Spirit, take the lead. Another card around leadership. Okay, another card around leadership. And lastly, we have Squirrel, believe in yourself. Some of you may have type A personality. Maybe you have some ADHD that brings about a hard time staying consistent as well. Maybe that's part of that perfectionism that we talk about, but belief is power. And I feel like that's going to help empower you, Pisces. So believe in yourself. And last but not least, let's get a message here from your guides, your angels, your loved ones, your ancestors. What's the advice here, or what does Pisces need to know about their financial or abundant path ahead? What do we need to know? Big message for you. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Moral of your whole reading, we keep seeing this energy of overshadowing. Something or someone is holding you back or overshadowing your light, and you are meant to shine. You have these gifts, you have this talent about you, Pisces. If anyone or anything is holding you back, it's time to push that energy aside and step into your power, right? It's time to stand courageous, roar, allow that inner you, that inner roar to really come out and say, this is who I am. This is what I deserve. This is what I'm worth. And to open your eyes to the truth, she actually has her hands over her eyes, and that third eye is illuminated. There's something here that is activating that third eye chakra for you to be able to see beyond the reality of maybe illusions, or to see beyond the superficial, or see beyond something here. I feel like you're able to see it from maybe a more spiritual point of view here, or you're able to cut through some sort of facade or old story that you told yourself. Don't dim to fit in. That is your message. Thank you so much, Pisces, for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to drop your animals in the comment section below the video, and be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell button if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for tuning in today, Pisces. Lots of love.